Indians never forgive their enemies. They strike them down even after 20 years.
Gandhi has left Delhi for Amritsar.
Arrest Gandhi.
Hi guys, welcome to India Today. I'm sitting right now with the makers of Sardar Udham. I've watched the trailer and I can't tell you how excited I am to talk to them. It is a special film, and a special film is a phrase that is very loosely used a lot of times. We say that this film is special, this trailer is special. But I think for anybody who would have seen the trailer, who is going to watch the trailer, you will believe me when I've used these two adjectives. I want to start talking to Vicky right now and ask a little bit about how is he as a mentor? I mean, I've spoken to Deepika and I've spoken to Varun and Ayushmann who have worked with him, and they have all spoken about the mentorship, or they call themselves a protege or the muse when you work in the Shoojit Da film. It's a very special environment to be in. Do you remember the first day on set? How was it like? Just run us through what is it like to be on a Shoojit Sarkar film?
Wow, I don't know how to put that in words because it's more of an experience that you have to really go through. But it is a hell of a lot of learning that you go through. It's almost like an institution that you are a part of. For me to be directed by Shoojit Sarkar was a long-lasting dream which got fulfilled through Sardar Udham, and I feel very privileged for that opportunity. But with him, it's almost like going back to basics. Discovering yourself and rediscovering yourself and rediscovering yourself as an actor and going to the complete truth of it. There are no gimmicks, there are no helping hands. It's just the brutal truth of being an actor. You have to just be completely honest with the emotions, and if you're not that, आपकी चोरी पकड़ी जाती है. In his execution of his storytelling, in his execution, in his portrayal of the character, आपकी चोरी पकड़ी जाएगी. So there is no way out, you know. And he's a master at what he does, and I think it for any actor to be playing a character in his film is almost like, it feels like the safest place to be in, but also the most enriching place to be in.
Right. Chori pakdi jati hai is a phrase that I've heard before also when it comes to you. And it's very raw, like he said, like you have to be very honest to your craft, to your emotions. What have you discovered about Vicky as a person? Apart from the fact that he's a fine actor and we all love him on screen, anything that you discovered him about a person that has stayed with you, a relation that will probably go on after this film?
So many occasions when what we do is when we make a film, or when we finally cast an actor, because as a director and also part of the scripting process, you have lived with the script, you have lived with the character. So it sometimes becomes very difficult to, vision somebody else in that phase, because sometimes you write a script thinking of the actor. Sometimes you write the script thinking of the face of, say, Sardar Udham, but you don't know who's going to be the actor. In this case, that happened because Vicky came later on the script and on board, and he was part of the film.
Were there a lot of calls on this film, excitement from Vicky's part, saying, am I doing this film? Am I getting this film?
No, I think we were quite simple, chilled out. I mean, we have an office in Juhu, and we just met there. We just had a cup of coffee and tea, and then we simply discussed, this is the film. Because there is no tamasha in my films, in kuch bada kuch ho gaya, aisa kuch nahi. It's a normal thing for us, for me. I think all that tamasha is, while releasing the film, I'm seeing it's happening, but making the film, there's no tamasha. It's very simple for us. So no, nothing of that sort. I think what we learned with each other, I think somewhere we come from a common wavelength of understanding of life, possibly. Secondly, that he's been an assistant with Anurag also. He's worked with him also, so he knows the process. And his father is one of the most leading technicians of our industry, and very well respected also. So he is brought up in you can say, a film family. So he knows the craft and the art of it, what's required. So few places, few incidents where he knew the script and I told him, okay, this is the scene. Some places he improvised few words, few moments. Some places where I was confused how it should be portrayed, he came up with certain suggestions that can I do it this way. So I think those moments actually make you, make him what you said, not an actor but a friend,
Right.
a person who's understood me what I exactly looking at. So I think there were many moments like this when we started working, where he became that, and he understood the script, he understood the gravity of the script, and then he became that, and he suggested. So I think those suggestions for a director is like like an oracle. It's like, oh, this beautiful that he suggested. I mean, those suggestions are priceless. So, that's what he did, and those, I think, moments have connected us. And now we know what this film is all about, who I am, who is he. I think we know quite well now each other.
Right. You have a new muse.
Yeah. If my new script finds him, definitely, why not?
Okay,
Otherwise, we'll sit, have chai together and discuss films.
Vicky can hold you to this in this conversation, looking back. Ronnie, this film is also special because we are coming a full circle in a way. Gulabo Sitabo came out right when the lockdown, sort of onset of lockdown, and now, weeks away from the theatres opening up, we are going to see Sardar Udham. How would you describe, I know this question gets asked a lot, but all of us were either playing Ludo on the phone, going crazy, sitting at home during the lockdown, or having all sorts of thoughts. As a producer, what was going through your mind?
As you said, I mean, we started the thing with Gulabo, and hopefully we close the loop. We are the last film, and then life goes back to normal, and theatres are open, and a lot of films get released, and people go into the theatres. So that's the thing. So yeah, sitting at home, it was not that bad for us. Initially, first 2-3 months were terrible. Like, you just didn't know, after working for so many years, to just sit down and just not do anything. And especially 2019 was very hectic for us because we did back-to-back shooting of Gulabo Sitabo and then Sardar Udham Singh. So it was quite a thing, and then sitting. And as the pandemic kept on extending and extending, that's when the whole decision was taken that I think we should bring out the cinema. We kept on waiting, but we were like, film is ready. It's best to give it out to the audience now.
Right. True. Vicky, also you are very eclectic and very clear in your mind in terms of the choices that you're making. I'm guessing you also say no to a lot of things that don't resonate with you or that you don't want to do. Is there an appeal or interest in you to sort of play characters that, one, of course, you believe in, because that is very important to have belief, whether it was Uri, whether it is this particular film, or whether it is Manekshaw, that's another project of yours. There is that common thread of playing a character who the whole country, the nation and the world can look up to. There's a story to tell behind that character. There's a reason why you're playing that person. Is that a conscious decision? Do you get drawn towards these characters or these roles where patriotism or...
See, the first box to tick is that if it affects me on a personal level. I never hear the film for the first time or read the film for the first time as an actor Vicky Kaushal. I always do that as the audience Vicky Kaushal. So it has to first move me as an audience. If it does that, that's a great first step. And after that, of course, you know who the filmmaker is, and of course that part, if it is something that I've explored that shade before as an actor or not, if I'll get the opportunity to grow as an actor. All those factors count in a lot, but it has to, without any calculation, without any mathematics, it has to just hit home.
Right.
You know, in a very holistic way. It has to just hit home to you. And that's what I look for. Nothing, there's no complicated thought process behind taking something up or no. But it has to, yes, I have to feel 100%, maybe sometimes more, which is very difficult, but maybe sometimes more excited than the director to be a part of this film. You know, only then I feel like I will be 100% honest to what I'm doing. And my job, if I am not that excited or I'm not that driven to play that part, वो मेरे काम में दिख जाएगा. And वहाँ मुझे झूठा नहीं होना. I don't want to be dishonest there. So for me to be honest there, I have to be completely driven from the word go. You know, for the film, for the filmmaker, for the part that I'm playing, everything holistically.
Right. And there is so much learning from every director that you act with.
Oh, 100%.
Correct? What would it be about Shujit Da that you would take back home? This experience.
He is the most zen person I've met. The most zen person, but at the same time, he's also the most passionate person I've met. It's a very yin yang combination that he's always living with, you know, and that is very rare to find. You always see more of a yin or more of a yang in different people, but there's always this fluid combination of both that is always going on in his energy, and that is very contagious. That is very aspiring also as an individual. So that I always keep learning, and not through just the making of the film, but also on a personal level whenever I interact with him.
Right. And Shujit Da was talking to you about how massive the film looks in scale, how close it looks to some of the Hollywood films that we are seeing right now, not just in terms of characters, but also the canvas, the locales, the way the film has been shot, the camera angles, the background music. So many elements coming together. In its sense, from all that I have seen of you, and every film of yours has been special, this definitely stands out from anything that we've seen from you, right? And this question is for both you and Ronnie, because obviously he's invested in this. Not direct inspirations, but were there any points at the back of your mind subconsciously in Hollywood, in that space, that you were looking at to draw visuals from or moments from for making this film?
Akira Kurosawa. I think
Wow.
that was the main. So you can say this is a lot of it is an ode to Akira Kurosawa. So a lot of his films are definitely my important reference points. So that's why I would request, don't call it a Hollywood film, just call it a film from our land that we have created. So inspirations are bound to happen. You watch so many things. So I think Akira Kurosawa is the person, is the director that you can say for this particular film, I was inspired.
Wow, that's interesting. Ronnie, you want to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, we were very clear when we were going with the story. Most important thing was that the story has to have emotional connect to it, a human side to it. Because usually what happens is one can flow with the whole thing of let's get the best production design, VFX and everything, and it becomes a soulless film. So the most important thing was that the film has to have a soul. And of course, after that, we definitely, at somewhere down the line, we always wanted to prove to ourselves first and to the world that yes, we can create cinema which is of world quality. I mean, we didn't want to be satisfied with chalta hai attitude or celebrate our mediocrity. We wanted to push ourselves and see how far we can go. And it's not just, I mean, since I'm talking as a producer, it's not about the amount of money that you spent on it. It was more from a technical skill point of view that without spending so much of money that we can achieve certain kind of quality. So that was one of the most important driving factors for us in this film. And as you clearly said, like we purposely don't have songs in this. We have only original score. In fact, a couple of days back, some people were discussing, musicians actually, they were saying that in a film, in the credit, somewhere down the line, it is towards the end, close to the rolling credit, where people give credit of somebody background score, background music, whereas they are the backbone of a film because it's an audio-visual medium,
Right.
and that is the guy which is doing from frame 1 to frame end the whole film storytelling from an audio point of view, who don't get credit. So we wanted to give right in the beginning original score. That is, they are creating a score, not just somebody who's like a background music. So see, these are technical people who make these kind of films, and we wanted to celebrate this film with all the technical things. So as you said, cinematography, production design, costume design, all these are technical people who people don't know, but they create the whole thing. And of course, the main chandelier pieces are the actors and all, but then it is like, what is my job as a producer is to give the director these tools with which he can create this beautiful Taj Mahal. Because
Right.
without the tools, he cannot make. So that's my simple job, just to give him those right kind of people
Right.
that he can work with and create that stuff.
Right. Vicky, your dad is a legendary name in the industry, and he's been, obviously everybody looks up to him. He's a school of institution in his own self, and I know how close you are to him. How harsh is he a critic of yours when a film comes out, or is he very soft on you? How is he back home
No,
when
he's
he talks?
quite biased. He's always very biased. I wait for him to watch the film around 8 times before he starts becoming a critic. Till about 8 times he's always loving my performance and loving the film and everything. Because till the first 8 viewings he's a father. Since from the 9th viewing he becomes a critic, and then I'm waiting for that time to come. कि यार 9th viewing तक जाएंगे तब तक he
अच्छा,
starts
तब
कि
देखेंगे।
यार वहाँ पे ऐसा. But yeah, it's difficult for him to kind of keep the father aside and
Of course.
the critic aside.
No, that's interesting. My last question to you is, what would you like the audience to take away from the film? It's a very special film, and it's coming at a time when everybody's going to flock to the theaters, flock to OTT, watch something. Vicky, of course, has a huge fan following and his own fan base and army, as to say. So it's a big ticket project for us. What can the fans expect?
No, it's not a project for me, but I think it's just a. I think I would want people to remember the sacrifices that people of this country made during our freedom movement. And as the trailer says, that the world should not forget what happened, the tragedy, the Jallianwala Bagh, which was the inception of many other freedom fighters, taking the oath of getting this country free. So I think that's the only thing people should take home, that what went through, and never forget your past.
Wow, that last line really hit me hard. True, that's a big message. Vicky.
I would say exactly what he said. I just second on that, and there are just some instances that has happened that this beautiful land of our nation has seen, that those wounds are very difficult to heal, and those wounds we must learn from, and from that we must at least always remember them. And I mean, not just through this story, but these stories should just keep coming, through other mediums, through other filmmakers, through books, through songs, through anything. We are just a little contribution to that bigger purpose. But we really hope and pray that through this story, through this film, people dig up more stories. People try and find not just their actions, but their ideology is also inspiring, and carry it forward to the future generations.
Ronnie?
I think I was saying earlier also, like today's generation, if I ask them on 15th August, what do they do? I mean, they have a flag with them, they watch the parade. After that, for them, that day means it's a holiday. I think it's high time they realize what the people before them went through to win this freedom for us, so that they value. Like in small things, they should value the freedom which those guys sacrificed their lives to bring to us today. And we should not take it for granted. It can go any day. So everyone as a citizen of our country should be conscious of this freedom and hold it together. Right. That's very important.
Right. On that special message, I think it's a very important film to watch, and I think, like everybody said, there is less to speak and more to feel from the heart, and let the emotions do the talking. So I would recommend everybody to go and watch this film, and thank you so much for joining me in this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Pleasure.